Okay, so today's video is all around the trek rails reliability, or indeed my trek rails reliability. So in my previous videos we've seen that two pure end controllers. I'm on my second one. 3 motors so far. The bike's just turned 2 years old, and the last time the motor went I had 10 days off, ready for a cycling break, and the motor went. And so the only cycling I did was with my gravel bike. Now you'll see I'm on today. Absolutely is not my trek. My 10 days started again for my cycling holiday. Sunday, went to turn the bike on, dead as a dodo, flat, nothing. Put my brother's battery in it, still nothing. Took it to my local bike shop, Leisure Lakes, Bury, and put it on the machine, diagnostic, and it was 2 faults, 500 and a 550. Basically they said you're not going anywhere. Fortunately for me, the owner, Mark Noy, has lent me this cube for a while, just so I can get some biking in. So whether it's going to be the 4th motor or 3 motors and a harness, a wiring harness, or 4 motors and a wiring harness, I'm not sure. But the bike's 2 years old, and is this sort of reliability acceptable? Prior to this I had a Specialized Canevo, and in the 2 years I had that, 4 motors, the 3rd of which wasn't even the right motor because Specialized had run out of the higher power one. Is it me? Is anybody else going through motors like this? Please drop me a comment if you are, because I don't do anything that's any different. I don't power wash. I do ride. I ride all year long, and I'm based in Manchester, in the UK, which is nasty, muddy, rocky, all sorts. But yeah, still shouldn't break. I don't think so. Okay, so what's the point in this video? Well, there's a few things, if I'm honest. I've got quite a few friends who are thinking about coming over to e-bikes, and one of them recently said, you know, what's the reliability like? And I'm like, well, it could be on my 4th motor, and that's a massive off-put for some people, especially when you're paying the sort of money that these bikes are commanding. Last bike, the Canevo, loved it. Got the Trek Rail 9.8 Project 1 just over 2 years ago, and it has not been without its issues. You can check my previous videos with the stuff like ejecting batteries and motors, etc. But are they fit for purpose? Because quite simply, if I hadn't been lent this bike, I won't be out, or I'd be on my gravel bike, and this is what I enjoy doing. So that's just one stage of it. And the other is, normally I get about 2 years into a bike and I change it, and then it's warranted, it's new, and all the rest of it. And this is the first time in a long time that I thought, no, I'm going to keep this Trek Rail. What else is there? Absolutely love the bike. It's just spot on. You know, I've just turned 60, and having a new bike is not going to make me a better rider. It's just not. So what I've got planned for this week, it was something far different than what I'm doing. So over the winter I've been buying bits with a view to getting to this week, and then yesterday, which was a Monday, putting all the bits on and then hitting some trail centres. Trail centres are that's around me, your Landeglers, etc., are really busy weekends. So I was going to go through weekdays, have some seriously good days out, but that was obviously scuppered when the when the motor went down all the harness or whatever it is. So the bits I've got waiting to go on it I think are quite interesting. So new pair of wheels, gone for some nuke proof. Mavic have been on for a while now, nothing wrong with them, just fancied the change. The nuke proof wheels came with inserts and tubeless ready setup. For those that have followed me for a while, they'll know that I'm not a big fan of tubeless. I change tyres quite often, and when you're with tubeless then that becomes a bit of an issue because it's just hard work, and then you've got all the snot inside to deal with as well. Thank you. So with the nuke proof I was like, yeah, they come pre-installed with their valves, and I've always had an issue with valves leaking, they just don't work. So hopefully these will be much better. I got an air shot tank, which is just an absolute godsend. Tyres went up first time, no messing about. And then I've got some new tyres, Vittoria, a Mazda on the front, and I couldn't get another Mazda, so went for something different on the back. So that was going to be one of the things that went on yesterday. Now the other thing that I was going to change is I went from SRAM, which the bike came from, back to Trek Rail 9.8 Project 1, and then when that ran out I converted to Shimano 12 speed, just much cheaper, and I like Shimano. SRAM's fine, but I really like Shimano. But that now is worn out, and so I was just contemplating what to do next, and then I had an epiphany. So I was debating what to do, because whichever way you look at it, if you are in the UK and you ride, if you ride all year long, your drivetrains are going to suffer. Mine's at the stage where I need a cassette, chain, rear met, just everything. The only thing that's okay really is the shifter. So one thing that I've noticed a lot is 12 speed, whether it's SRAM or Shimano, was developed not for e-bikes. It was developed for normal bikes, and therein lies my issue, because you normally can only change one cog, but the amount of times that I want to change two because they're too close ratio made me think and look to see if there's any alternatives, and there is. So what I've done is I've got a 9-speed drive change from Red, which is the everything, shifter, derailleur, everything, and it's the same 1150, however only 9 gears, so everything seems a little bit wider, a little bit stronger, cassettes in steel. So when I get the bike back I'll be interested to see how that fares. And then my other brainwave was this. So people are getting various amounts of change from the drive chain before the chain starts slipping, and so I thought, right, what I'm going to do, and obviously I've not tested this yet because it's not on the bike yet, but I'm going to get 3 chains and I'm going to do 3 or 4 rides on them, keep swapping the chains over so they're never going to stretch too much. Also what I've done is I've gone to a hot wax system to see how that works. So I've got 3 chains at home, all hot waxed, all waiting to go on, to see if that's any better than the 12 speed that I've currently been using. So this is up a place called Rivington, and this is the view that you've got. Absolutely gorgeous. We've just had so many storms lately, and then yesterday was just chucking down all the time, so You notice the Bosch cover is missing. Nothing new there then. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's me that's been unlucky again, or have these manufacturers got work to do? Because these bikes are not cheap, and don't get me wrong, they are fantastic, but they're not much good when they don't work. And then luckily I'm not far from my bike shop, my local bike shop, but some people are, and they don't have access to getting there like I do. So yeah, is that acceptable? What can we do about it? I was thinking of a new Trek, 750 watts, yeah, nice. The 625, I'll be honest, is pretty awesome. The difference from a 500 is immense, and especially if you manage it. And speaking of that, I'm not sure if I had the Tour light on my last bike. The Tour was really weird. If you put it into Tour from EMTB, it kind of shot off. Oh, that's slippy. So it would sort of shoot off with kind of more power than the EMTB bit. And I can also say I found no difference in battery. So maybe I didn't have the EMTB light. I'm hoping if I get a new battery then that's what's going to happen with it. However, 750 watt new Trek sounds great, but it's still the same motor. It's still the same motor that I've had 4 of. And if you work that into a timeline, that's a new motor every 6 months. And seriously, if that was a car or a motorbike, that would absolutely not be acceptable. But again, what's your thoughts? Has anyone else had similar or more motors than me? Again, don't forget, I'm in the UK and it's flipping horrendous. It's quite nice today, cold and windy, but we've got mud and rain, and the last ride out was ridiculously wet. But I haven't bought these bikes to sit in the garage, I buy them to ride them, and that's what I'm doing. So while I'm on this cube, I may as well tell you a little bit about it and what my thoughts are, etc. Now, it's 160. I'm pretty certain about that. It's got absolutely the best of the best on it. Fox 38, electronic gears, electronic dropper. Bloody hell, it's slippy. Lost my thought then. Bloody hell, that was slippery, even with these Schwalbe tyres on. So yeah, got some fantastic bits on it. Compared to the rail, my rail's a medium. I'm 5'8". This is also a medium. It feels, and I have no charts to tell you if this is correct or not. It's just how I feel. It feels a lot shorter bike. The rail feels much longer, much more planted. This also has a very short reach. Now, I have a stereo cube 160 normal bike, and really liked it. Good bike, apart from the mega short reach, and it feels a lot like this is the same. It wouldn't do for me. The bike's obviously not set up for me. I'm not going to alter it. It's not fair. It's not my bike. I've altered the tyre pressures and the suspension pressures, but that's it. I'll not be doing any more to it. And it's also not my bike, so I'm going to take things very easily on it. I'm just thankful that I've been lent a bike to get out on. But if I was to put this into a category, I really would feel like this is a trail bike rather than an enduro bike, which the Trek is. It might change if I had everything set up for myself. The bars are completely wrong for me. The people that follow my YouTube channel have modded my bike a hell of a lot, and I'm very particular with certain things. And at the minute I've got some one-up bars, carbon bars on it, which are absolutely amazing. And whenever you get onto something different, the first thing you notice is how good the one-up bars are compared to most everything else that I've ever ridden. And so you're on the back foot straight away. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, nice bike, just not a Trek. So that is the Cube. Gorgeous piece of kit. Like I said, electronic seat post, and that is freaking amazing. Never tried one before. Absolutely ridiculous, instant and just fantastic, but mega money. Magura brakes, in my opinion, probably the best brakes in the world. They're not set up how I like them though, and I'm not going to alter it like I say because it's not my bike. But yeah, fantastic kit. I have Hopes on mine. I live in the UK. Hopes a local company, so I'm supporting them, and very reliable. Hopes, very good brakes. Kashima code